Hello, and a rather damp welcome to the Isles of Scilly for this month's focus. Well, here we are, 28 miles off Land's End. Two ways of getting here, of course, by boat or by helicopter. We chose the helicopter. But I must admit, I'm also here for a sort of official engagement because I've been asked to open St Mary's Church Summer Fete. So before we meet some of the people who live and work here, perhaps you'd like to take a quick look around while I do my quick change act. Mr. Road, ladies and gentlemen, I need hardly say that I am absolutely delighted to be here today. I was last in the Isles of Scilly in 1964, and I've been wanting to come back ever since. Then I opened the fete on Tresco. Anyway, we've all come here today to spend a lot of money to support the I didn't realise there were 6 churches in this parish. They all have to be supported. I'm sure we're going to raise a lot of money this afternoon. We can't do that while I continue to chatter, so I think the best thing for me to do is to declare the St Mary's Church Fete open.
Thank you very much, Sheila.
Thank you. Now, we've got the photograph. Right.
Oh dear. Somebody else this time. Yes.
Very tall, isn't it?
Oh, I'm hoping so.
Now, what would you like?
I suppose if one connects any industries with the Isles of Scilly, they are flower growing and tourism. But another industry has grown up over the past 10 years. What started out here on Tresco as locally made shell jewellery has now turned into a thriving cottage industry which makes very little use of shells or any other local material, because almost everything that goes into the making of the jewellery and accessories in John Hamilton's workroom and shop here on Tresco is imported, and the finished articles are exported all over the world. But one can't help thinking, what a funny place to put a factory.
Well, you might almost say it's a crazy place, really, but we like living here, and this is really rather important to us.
But do you think the fact that the things are actually made here on Tresco adds to their sales appeal at all?
Oh, yes. I think in West Cornwall, and I think in craft shops, the fact that this is a cottage industry does play its part. I'm not so certain about Carnaby Street, but...
Even though the materials don't come from here?
No, I don't think that matters. The design is here. A good deal of manufacture has been made here, and I think that's important.
How did it all start, Mr. Hamilton?
Well, I suppose it all started with this funny little thing. We started our business by going on the beach, literally picking up shells, making them, offering them to long-suffering buyers, and from there we developed.
But what sort of got you past the mouse stage, if you know what I mean?
Oh, we're not past that. We still do thousands of them.
Do you?
But, well, it was fairly obvious that once you'd produced something, you'd got to go on. And on we went, and we had a lot of help from the buyers in London, and they told us what they wanted, and we were able to supply.
Now, everybody, or most of the people here on the island, work for you, don't they?
Oh, yes, this is an integral part of the whole business. Everything's done on outwork, really, and we have anybody who wants to can take part in it. I mean, we've got people who've been doing it for years, like Mrs. Birch.
Oh, I've been doing it about 3 years, and I really enjoyed doing it. It makes a bit of a hobby, makes an extra shilling, buy little luxuries, save up to go to the mainland even. Like doing the beads, different sorts, different colours, different sizes. Mix them up. Make chokers and long ropes and belts. You can even make little bits to send to your grandchildren, can't you, if you get any odds and ends. And sometimes I watch the television and sometimes I just go on with the beads, and well, if there's anything interesting I might stop for a few minutes and just carry on afterwards. I like to watch the news and then I do the beads again till after supper. Just depends what time I have to spare. You've got a family and a house, you haven't got a lot of time. But I like doing it, and it passes many an hour in the winter. Certainly I would miss it because I shouldn't earn the little bits of extras, should I, and the luxuries that I could have. The trip to the mainland or buy little presents for somebody. And extra bit for Christmas, like.
Of course, this must have made a tremendous difference to the people on this island to have something like this, because before you arrived here, you know, what do they do?
Well, I suppose so, yes. It's a two-way business there, really. I couldn't run a business without all this helpful outwork. And I suppose we do contribute also to the economy of the island, certainly.
Of course, there's a limit to it, isn't there? Because, I mean, your business has grown tremendously in the last 10 years, but there's going to come a point when you stop, because there's, what, 175 people on this island?
Yes. Oh, yes. We're very well aware of that, and I think we're just about hitting the limit now, so we must be a bit more selective.
Who actually designs the jewellery and the accessories?
Oh, I do. I design them, and I buy the raw materials, and I try and think up what is going to be a seller, what I can make out of something.
I was going to say, where do you get your ideas from? 'Cause you'll be cut off here. You know, how do you know what fashion trends are going to introduce?
This is a major problem, but I know most of the London buyers of the big stores, and we go and have a chat about things. Also, you look and see what's the trends, you look in the magazines, you see what's coming. There it is.
And what would you say is coming up at the moment? What sort of new on your list?
I think braid belts. Braid belts are coming in, wide belts, narrow belts, tie belts. They're new, and we think that they've got a future in the coming months. This pendant is also made of braid, and there's a great deal of interest in this, and we feel that that's got quite an opportunity.
Now, you export to countries all over the world, don't you?
Yes, we do. We've just got a load of belts going off to Japan in about a couple of weeks.
But how does this sort of thing start? I mean, how do you start to sell belts to Japan from the Isles of Scilly?
Well, on this particular occasion, we went to a trade mission, but we get a lot of help from the Board of Trade, and we're part of their export intelligence service we belong to, and everything that affects us from export we hear about, and so we pick up anything we want.
And, of course, you supply a lot of the big London stores in this country.
Oh, yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes, we supply about 600 shops in all.
What about communications, Mr. Hamilton? Because you are a little bit cut off here. How does
that again.
this work, you know, going both ways, stuff coming in and stuff going out of the island?
Well, we have a daily service in the summer of the boat arrives at about 2 o'clock, and a tractor takes the mail to the post office where Roy sorts it, and then Annie Craddock takes it round the island.
Anne Craddock, postwoman extraordinary. Each day, provided the boat arrives with the mail, she tramps around Tresco, pushing her pram.
Mail her!
Hello, Anne. Is this official post office vehicle, I want to know?
Yes.
It is?
Yeah.
How long has it been using a pram on the island here for delivering the post?
Well, I've been doing it 2 or 3 years, and before that we had a trolley.
Yes.
Mrs. Wardle used to do it, the lady I'm just going to deliver
So was
these
it
to
your
now.
idea to use this pram?
Well, it was really. Well, it's the obvious thing to use, really, you know, because when it rains, you know, you can sort of put the lid up.
And does the post office provide you with this?
No, no.
Well, you have to buy it.
Oh, no, yeah.
It's a bit hard, isn't it?
It is really, yeah. Yeah.
And also, I noticed another thing is that you don't wear any post office uniform.
No,
No. You don't have to. Nobody
no,
says
no, no. I have to swear allegiance to Queen Victoria in triplicate, you know, like they all do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, what about the winter, when maybe the boat doesn't come in? Do you have many days when you
Oh,
haven't got
yes,
anything to deliver?
sometimes. I have still been delivering at 9:30 at night.
Oh, I see. This goes out whatever happens.
Oh,
Whatever
yes,
comes
well,
in,
you know, like
drive it.
everywhere else, the mail has to get through. Yeah.
So sort of you work any hours that you're wanted?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. But there must be some days in the winter when you don't have to work for days on end.
Oh, no, you have to take it, whatever it's like.
Yes, so in all weathers you're doing this.
Oh, yeah.
Nice this time of year, though. Where's your next port of call?
Oh, in this house, yes, the gamekeeper.
You've certainly got a big load on today.
Well, I have, as a matter of fact, yeah.
Of course, seeing a pram being used for delivering the mail reminds one that cars aren't allowed on Tresco. And let's face it, one of the nicest things about the Isles of Scilly is being able to get away from it all and breathe good, clean, fresh air once again. And it's a fact that the Isles of Scilly boast the cleanest air in the British Isles. Now, we hear an awful lot about pollution these days, don't we? It's something we should all be concerned with. It really is very difficult to think about things like pollution here in these islands. But there seem to be so few places left in the world like this, one can't help wondering what the future holds for the Isles of Scilly. Will they remain as they are, or will they eventually become more commercialised? And perhaps most important of all, can they survive economically without becoming more commercialised? Some people I've spoken to have been all for attracting as many visitors as possible here. Package-type holidays have been mentioned. Other people are absolutely horrified at the idea. But where do the Scillies go from here? They can't stand still. They must either go back or forward. And they've certainly come a long way since George Bowles came to live here as a boy of 14, 70 years ago. What were they like then?
Well, 2 words. Very primitive.
How did you come here in the first place?
Well, I was a orphan boy, see, and I had been took out to homes and put into a foster parents' place. And when my time was up at school, when I'd finished schooling, I had to go somewhere to work. There was no work up there, and of course, they give me the chance to come down the Scillies. Yeah. And of course, they give me a chance, either the Army or Navy or Canada or anything. I've often wondered whether I'd done wrong in not going to Canada on them palms. But I come here, and there you are. That's it.
Where did you work when you first came here?
Well, in Middletown. You know Middletown, don't you? Oh, that's a little village, 4 houses up there. I nearly broke my heart when they found out, and they said, my master said to me when they come in, this is the town. I says, how many houses in the town? He says, you can count, can't you? I said, yes. I says, there's 4. Well, that's a lot, he says. 4 houses. Now, that was a good start, wasn't it? Yeah.
I mean, how much did you get paid on St. Martin's in those days?
How much? It was soon added up. I was there 4 years and I got no wages at all.
Oh. What about clothes and things?
They had them on the cheap a lot because just a month after I went there New Year's Day on the 2nd of February. Yeah. We had the first big wreck in the Scillies for a long time, a big bark, big 3-masted bark, struck the 7 stones. Yeah. And she come in off the Daymark on the beam ends and smashed up there. And there was a pile of clothes picked up in the lockers, you know, and all those. So of course the islanders grabbed them shirts and vests and drawers and all like that. So I was all right for it. My boss never had to pay too much for my underclothes. But that day the wreck was, I'd forgot all about the farms and anything else. It was a Sunday, and I forgot my church in. Yeah. And I went up there, went up to the Daymark where the wreck was. It was up to Daymark, see? And I went to bed and forgot to milk the cow. Oh, God. The boss come up there through the night and asked me if the cows were milked. I says, no. And he gave me a thump and he went and milked the cows. So that's my... Yeah.
Now, where did you go for St Martin's?
Tresco. I went there, see if I could get a bit of money. There was no money at St Martin's. And I never started very big then. The wages then was only 13 shillings. 13 shillings a week. I was there only 6 years. 6 years, but I loved it there.
Well, what made you move from Tresco to St Mary's?
My wife was a delicate nature and I was always having the doctor in for her, see. The governor was very good in that respect. He sent the lunch down more than once, especially for the doctor for her. So, because I was well in with him, whether it was he was in love with me or my wife, I can't say. But anyhow, he was very good that way.
Where did you meet your wife, Mr Wells?
Down here. I actually come up to Tresco for on holiday to a brother, and that's how I fell in with her really. But she lived down here, and she was in service on the mainland to Torquay, but she had an accident there, and it was while she was home here recruiting and had time on her hands, and she visited the islands, that I fell in with her.
Yeah. Well, then you used to come across and see her here, did you?
You bet your life I did.
What, row across?
Row across. Row across. Leave, knock off about 6 o'clock in the evening, see, summertime, and get down here about 7. And leave here about 10 o'clock at night, and we get home about 11. And go to work 6 o'clock this morning.
You must have been keen.
Well, the boss thought I was going bonkers. Yeah, I couldn't help it.
What sort of industries were going on in the Scillies in those days? What did people earn their living by doing?
Well, now, I tell you, all was about the bulbs. That was the main industry. Flowers, the main industry. Oh, it used to be tremendous when I come here. First, I come here in the heydays. Oh, yes. I come in there. In fact, I can boast of saying I planted the first 1,000 bulbs of narcissus that come here. I can't think of the name now, but the governor had 1,000 of them. That's all, 1,000.
What do you think of the way the Scilly Isles are today with all the holiday makers? Do you like to see them around?
Well, I tell you what, I think they can spoil that.
How?
Well, they ain't got facilities enough to entertain visitors. There's not too much prepared for them. You know what I mean to say, for sports or anything like that. There's nothing to keep them here. They don't fancy that'll dwindle them by. But they mustn't let that go till their living's gone. That's what they rely on these days. And of course, them days, in my days, they had fellas that could work. But them men are gradually going now. They're gradually going now. No.
How do you see the Isles of Scilly in the future? What do you think is going to happen here?
Well, they'll pull the socks up if they wish to go ahead, I think, and put a bit different move on. Yes. Yes. They're taking things too easy. I suppose they're trying to follow mine, but then I've done my share.
One view of life on the Isles of Scilly. Well, the Scillies may look peaceful enough today, but of course they still are one of the most notorious spots as far as shipping is concerned. Many are the ships and men that are foundered here. And so we come to the end of Focus from the Isles of Scilly. I must admit I've enjoyed every single minute of my trip over here, although the weather hasn't been quite as kind as it might have been. It's a lot brighter now than when we first arrived. I suppose most people come here at this time of the year, the height of the holiday season, For my own part, I think I'd probably choose early summer or late summer. But I'll tell you one thing, whenever you do come, there's nowhere else quite like it.